Welcome to this explainer. Look, if you're an international student looking ahead to 2026, you're probably facing one of the biggest, most high-stakes decisions of your life right now, choosing between the UK and Ireland. On paper, sure, they look pretty similar. They share a language, they're neighbors, same rainy weather. But honestly, the reality of studying in these two places is completely different. Let's get right into it.
Okay, so picture this. Oxford or Dublin, UCL or Trinity College. Back in the day, making that choice was mostly about, the campus vibe or the specific classes you wanted to take. Yeah, not anymore. Today, there are all these hidden macro-level factors, massive shifts in immigration laws, totally different economic landscapes that have literally changed what these degrees mean for your future. We're talking about a major strategic life choice here, not just an academic one.
So here's our roadmap for today. We're going to hit the post-Brexit divide, visas and work rights, the true cost of studying, prestige versus tech hubs, the Northern Ireland exception, and finally, making your final decision.
The 2026 landscape really boils down to two massive trade-offs. On one side, you've got the UK holding on to those elite, global top 10 rankings, but at a serious premium. On the other side, Ireland offers great top 300 schools at a much lower tuition rate. But the real kicker? Long-term mobility. It's essentially a choice between the global brand power of a UK degree or the EU citizenship pathways that an Irish degree unlocks.
Section 1. The Post-Brexit Divide.
January 31st, 2020. That is the day the UK officially left the European Union. And for international students, this changed absolutely everything. Before Brexit, a UK degree and an Irish degree give you a pretty similar launchpad for a European career. Today, a degree from a top UK uni just doesn't give you EU freedom of movement anymore. But an Irish degree, that is effectively a golden ticket. If your goal is to build a long-term career across the European continent, that single date completely redrew the map.
Section 2. Visas and work rights. Right after graduation, you hit an immediate fork in the road. In the UK, the graduate route gives you 2 years to stay and work if you've got a bachelor's or master's and 3 years for a PhD. And hey, no employer sponsorship needed, which is fantastic for the short term. But once that clock runs out, you are facing a strict skilled worker visa process and absolutely zero EU access. Now, Ireland uses the Stamp 1G system. It's 12 months for a bachelor's, but it perfectly matches the UK's 2 years for a master's or PhD. But here's the game changer. Ireland gives you a clear structural pathway. Through their Critical Skills Employment Permit, if you're legally residing there for 5 years, you can apply for Irish citizenship. Boom, full EU passport. You could literally move to Paris, Berlin, or Madrid to work without ever worrying about a visa.
Section 3. The true cost of studying. 10 to 15,000 euros. Let that sink in. That is the massive amount of money you could save per year on tuition by choosing a top Irish university over a comparable UK Russell Group school. The thing is, the UK doesn't cap international fees, so top STEM and engineering programs can easily hit £26,000 to £38,000 annually. In Ireland, non-EU fees for similar programs usually sit between 14,000 and 22,000 euros. Multiply that difference over a 3 or 4 year degree, and we are talking about saving an absolute fortune. But wait, tuition is just the start. Let's talk about the hidden sticker shock in the UK system. £776. Every single year. That's the UK's upfront NHS immigration health surcharge. If you're heading over for a 2-year master's, you have to fork over more than £1,500 upfront just to submit your visa application. Ireland just doesn't do this. There's no massive upfront state health surcharge. You do need private health insurance, for sure, but it's typically paid yearly and is way more manageable on day one.
And then there's the rent. Honestly, this is where things get really tough. Both capitals are facing major housing crises right now. A shared room in London is going to run you anywhere from £900 to £1,800 a month. Dublin is right up there with it, demanding €900 to €1,500. But look at Belfast. It emerges as the ultimate value hack. At £400 to £700 a month, you can literally save thousands a year just by stepping outside of those massive capital cities.
Section 4. Prestige versus tech hubs.
Now, if pure, undeniable global prestige is what you're after, the UK absolutely wins the brand game. Looking at the 2026 QS rankings, the UK has 4 of the top 10 universities in the entire world: Oxford, Cambridge, Imperial, and UCL. Ireland's education is phenomenal, don't get me wrong, but its heavy hitters like Trinity College Dublin and UCD sit further down, usually in the top 100 to 300 range globally. If you plan to take your degree back to your home country where elite name recognition is everything,
that UK prestige premium might absolutely be worth the cost.
But remember, prestige isn't the only way to kickstart a great career. Take a look at the city economies. London is massive. It's incredibly diverse. It's the world capital for finance, law, consulting, creative arts, you name it. If your dream is working at HSBC or a top-tier global law firm, London is it. But Dublin has a totally different superpower. It is the highly concentrated European headquarters for US tech and pharma. We're talking Google, Meta, Apple, Microsoft, Pfizer. They all have massive hubs right there in Ireland. If you're a software engineer or data scientist, Dublin's ecosystem punches so far above its weight class, giving you incredible access to the biggest companies on Earth.
Section 5. The Northern Ireland Exception.
Okay, pay close attention to this one because it trips up so many people. Northern Ireland is geographically on the island of Ireland, but it legally operates under UK immigration rules. We need to bust this myth right now. Studying at Queen's University Belfast is a UK experience. You'll be on a UK student visa and you'll get the UK graduate route. It offers absolutely no pathway to an EU passport or that Irish Stamp 1G we talked about. It is an amazing, super affordable place to study for sure, but if EU access is your end goal, Northern Ireland won't get you there.
Section 6. Making your final decision.
So let's break it down. You should absolutely choose Ireland if: Number 1. EU access and a long-term pathway to an EU passport are non-negotiable for your life plans. Number 2, you are laser-focused on a career in US tech or pharma. Number 3, keeping tuition costs down is a major deciding factor for you. And number 4, you're doing a master's or PhD, which lines up perfectly with Ireland's 24-month Stamp 1G work rights.
On the flip side, you should definitely choose the UK if: first, a globally recognized elite university brand is your absolute top priority. Second, your career goals fit perfectly into London's massive diverse job market, especially if you're looking at finance, consulting, or the creative industries. And third, you want those guaranteed longer initial post-study work rights of 2 to 3 years without needing immediate employer sponsorship, whether you're getting a bachelor's or a PhD.
Ultimately, it all comes down to this one question you have to ask yourself. What is your 20-year career goal? Are you aiming for that sheer global prestige that's going to open doors worldwide purely based on the name on your diploma? Or are you looking for a golden ticket to the EU, the freedom to live, work, and move across 27 different countries for the rest of your life? The data is all here, but only you know the right long-term strategy for your life. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and hey, good luck with your decision.